I just said, is that coffee frame in the cup?
We're starting this off like a real podcast. I can't hear you, but it looks like how people podcast.
You can't hear me?
No, these are noise canceling earphones.
Hello?
These are for like shooting guns. Do I look like I'm doing a podcast? Am I yelling?
Yes! Shut up, take those off. Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
No.
Let me try them. You're not. No, you're not talking. Say something. Talk.
You really can't hear me?
Wait, talk. You're lying. You're lying. I knew it. Say it. Say something.
Bronte.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I freaking got her.
I was like, wait. Okay.
I'm on a shorter chair, but
Yeah.
you know, you'll have that. This table's made out of an old pallet I found in the backyard.
Yeah. We've shown this before.
Yeah.
But basically, we're starting.
We're on a different channel here.
Oh. So basically, we're starting a new series on the second channel called Coffee Talks with Cooper and Bronte. So we're just gonna like kind of sit down and chit chat about different things.
So I always imagined being able to just talk more, whether people wanted to hear it or not. I mean, you know how much I love talking. Like, when the telemarketers call me, I literally just talk to them.
Cooper just loves talking to people.
I just go on about it. Yeah.
You want to tell them what our first topic is gonna be?
We're just gonna dive right into the first topic, just right into it, or are we gonna like chat a little bit? We can talk about your day, you know, what we had for dinner, or just go right in.
No, we'll just go right into it.
So our first topic today is going to be race related. We are going to be talking about what it's like to be a race spouse. And obviously it's more directed at a woman in this situation. I mean, even though there's plenty of male race spouses, it's not as common. And normally if there is, they're like the tuner or the builder or something along those lines, and the woman's the driver at that point. From what I've seen,
we know
a lot.
We know some people like that.
Oh yeah, plenty. I've seen it a lot. But
so basically, what it's like to be a race car, like
yes,
the other half.
It's not an easy life because races always happen on the weekends. They happen around holidays a lot of the time, and you know, big races you have to travel for, so there's a lot that goes into it. It is not easy on either the racer, driver, you know, me who maintains the car, or it's also equally difficult, if not more difficult, on Bronte, who is, you know, dealing with me. Working
late nights in the shop, early mornings, like, I mean, that's definitely one of the hard parts, that, like, prepping for racing and you working on the cars, like, you'll be out here till freaking 1 in the morning and I'm inside. Like, first off, I'm nervous because he's out here by himself and he knows that I'm like, what if something happens and I don't hear him? I told him, I'm like, I want to put a little camera in here so I can just check on him.
I said no.
Which I still think we should do. But he just works really late hours and he's up early doing stuff always. So, and I mean, I am busy too, but like,
it's different. Yeah. Because like, this is like a hobby technically. Yeah. Technically racing is still my hobby. I mean, even though it is my full-time job. Yeah. Like, YouTube is my job, racing is like, I don't know, still my hobby kind of. So it's tough to devote so much time, energy, money, and just resources in general to racing. Like, our whole lives revolve around racing. Yeah. Whether you're a hobbyist racer or not, your life probably revolves more around it than you think. Because, like, you know, the truck you use every day is probably only there because you go racing. Like,
I mean, that's been something too that's tricky with our relationship, that it is such a big part of our life. And I am someone who, like, I want to like do other things on the weekend and do just like different things with the two of us. And a lot of the time we don't, because it is, I mean, like you said, it's a hobby, but it is like your job at the same time. And it's like, what pays our bills. So like that's a hard part of being a significant other is like in our situation, I guess, is like understanding that like this is work when you're doing this stuff, and that's like kind of been hard for me to learn, I feel like, because like we would go to the racetrack and there'd be times where we'd be hanging out and whatnot, and I'm just like, why are we here? We're just like hanging out, but it's just all part of it. And the end of the day, it is work and it's your job.
Well, and then also too, like now we're at a situation where like all of our friends are at the racetrack or racing their own car.
Yeah. So like, we're like hanging out but working and having fun. Like it's a mix of all of it, but it's a balance that we've had to figure out, and like we do different things, but a lot of the time I'm a race car wife.
Yeah.
I'm not a wife yet.
But. It revolves around racing, that's for sure. And it's I know how difficult it is on Bronte, and I try to be as as comforting as possible in that, and I hope that translates into some of you guys that have a significant other that is your race tag along almost in a way.
Your
like
race partner,
because
like
Bronte wasn't into cars when I met her, but now she's out here icing the car down. She's filming the car in between passes. She has to somewhat like be able to know what the car did and know the racing and everything.
I'm still learning like what a good 60 foot is. What like below like 1.2 is really good. Anything below 1.4.
I mean, if you have like if you have a 1.1, that's where it's good. Okay. I think like depending on the car, like this car should be doing a 1.1, but I digress.
But basically, like our routine when we go to the track, I want to talk about. So basically, like Cooper will be prepping from like 2-3 days ahead till beforehand. So he's in the shop working late night hours, packing up the trailer, packing up whatever he needs. And I'm kind of just, there's not really much I can do to like help him prep for that. But then we'll go to the racetrack, be there all day from like 8:30 till 11 o'clock midnight sometimes. And
sometimes for 3 days.
And I'm just there kind of doing whatever he needs. Like Cooper said, like I ice down the car. I'll like the other day you couldn't take the thing off. Like I just help out with little things. But it's
strap me in.
Yeah.
Because that's tough too, because
I strap him in,
I mean, you are strapping me in a 7-second missile going down the track, like that's like, it's a lot.
I always make sure his helmet thing isn't caught in, so if you need to take it off, it's accessible, because I'll do this side that I'm on that side and he'll do this side and you always forget, so I go around and I like pull it out. It's the little things.
Yeah, well, because like once you're in, you can't see what it looks like, so you have to have like another set of eyes to make sure nothing's tangled or everything's on right. It's tough. There's a lot into it.
But I would say like my least favorite part about it is like when we're at the track and there's like that downtime of us just like sitting around like waiting for the next pass. Like at FL2K it was bad. Like we were sitting around for like 2-3 hours waiting, and that was like,
and then it got rained out. And that's just racing. Like it sucks because at any moment the weather could change. At any moment your car could have an issue that you can't prepare for every issue. You've learned that. You can have every tool in your toolbox, every piece of equipment in your shop with you, and you still may run into something you're not ready for.
It's just it's a long, exhausting day, but like I just want to be there to support him and help him and do whatever I can. But there's definitely moments where we're sitting around for 4 hours and I'm like, I could be doing something else that like is more productive for me or something that I want to do. But it's part, in the end of the day, I want to be there to support him and watch him go down the track. So that's why I go. And I do enjoy it now, like after being around it for a while. I do enjoy it now, especially now getting to watch you race is just like even more fun. But
it definitely tests your patience, like sitting around all day in a fold-up chair out in the hot sun, with a car that, whether it's winning or losing, it's work. Even winning cars is just as much work because you're going rounds. If you lose the first round, that's easy. You head home. But when you go multiple rounds and people start leaving, the place gets cleared out and it's getting late, like it's also difficult.
I almost like that better though, because then it's like moving fast and like it's fire.
I like going rounds better too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think like with the winning losing thing, like it sucks to lose, obviously, but like when it is, and we haven't even really experienced much yet. Like FL2K was really only the race where it was like competitive, where you moved on, but like when we were getting to that point of like what was it, final 8 and then final 4, it's like it gets really like intense and like exciting. And like
you have to turn the car over quickly.
Cool. Yeah.
It gets very competitive.
Yeah. But I think I'm more competitive than you are.
Yeah, well, so also my take on racing is I have a lot of fun racing. Mm-hmm. And I never want racing to get to a point where it's just competitive and work, because that takes a lot of the fun out of it.
Yeah, because then you get really competitive and you get mad and you don't enjoy it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that's why you guys see me like, oh, the car's having problems. I pack it up and go home with a smile on my face, because I love racing still. Once I'm at the point where I'm that competitive, it loses so much fun.
Yeah, but I think we do got to get a little competitive spirit out of you.
I mean, I'm competitive when the car is letting me, but if the car is giving me problems...
No, I know, but you've never been like that competitive, you know?
No, like I'm usually an easygoing person.
Yeah. And I'm not super competitive either, but like, I guess more so the adrenaline when I'm watching you down the racetrack. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but when you're going up and you do the burnout, I'm like, come on, Coop, let's go, Coop. And then you're down the track and I'm like, oh, it's like, go beat him, you know? Like
so that's when I'm competitive. I'm generally not competitive at the racetrack until I am pulling into the staging lanes with a guy next to me. Yeah. Like when once I'm strapped in and I'm pulling up to the line and the guy's next to me, that's when full competitiveness comes out.
Right.
But the second I let off that button and he's either out on me or I'm out on him, I just get it. I'm just enjoying the ride at that point.
Yeah.
There's a very finite point of competitiveness.
Okay, we need to come back into talking about being a race car wife.
Yes, we definitely went out on a tangent.
We kind of covered a lot of ground, like winning, losing, like my responsibility, strapping him in, icing it down, filming.
Yeah.
Our routine. We went over all that.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely how it seems.
My favorite part.
Yeah, what do you enjoy about it? What do you like? I mean, you already kind of said the stuff that you like about it.
Yeah, I like watching you going down the track.
Yeah, and
just being there to support you.
So, if there was anything you could change about our program, what would it be? Probably having an RV.
Yeah, that would be really nice. We talk about that all the time. We're like, if we always say that, we'll be at the track and we're like, damn, if we had an RV right now, we'd be like,
or at least like an enclosed trailer with like a couch and an AC, something like that, to where like, you know, we're lucky right now. It's been January, February for most of our racing, but come summer,
I would probably say that would be
the one thing you would change.
Yeah, that would make it a lot better.
And you can bring a dog with you.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know, like, I don't like the late nights when you're in the shop, you know, like, if that could be different, too, like, I would maybe change that, you know, like, you not working super late nights, but I know that's part
I would change that as well. I agree. Yeah. If the car didn't need any prep work and it just kind of turn on the car and go make a pass, turn off the car, put it away type of thing. But unfortunately, we're not at that level yet. I think the longer we work with this car, we'll get to that level. But on a tangent again.
Yeah. But Cooper does a lot of like, I feel like I'm more so there for just like support and like whatever you need in the end of the day, because like he really takes care of everything. Like I don't know what to do on the car, you know, like I'm just kind of there for whatever you need. And I think that's important for being a significant other, to like just be there and support the person and do whatever they need. Like, and Cooper is the type of person that he will not ask for help pretty much from anyone. Like he does everything himself. So like, of course I'll offer, and you're like, I'm good. But like the times that he does ask me, like, hey, can you, like when you ask me to undo the air, like that means so much. And like you gotta just, being a race car wife, it's exhausting, it's fun, it's tiring, but it's exciting, and you just gotta
Yeah,
and be your partner's partner.
And I've learned you at the track too. So like I kind of bring things that you don't think to bring.
Yeah.
That you would want.
Chairs.
And just like snacks and waters and stuff like that, drinks that you would like.
Yeah, Cooper is a very prepared person as well. Like.
Tried to. I didn't look it this weekend.
What?
I didn't look prepared this weekend. That's for sure.
I know. But like when we go bogging and stuff, like on our trips, like you are usually pretty good. Tough break for you.
Trying to get there.
It didn't look good on you this weekend.
No, I really didn't show any true prepared spirit there.
But is that it that we got to talk about?
I think that's it, guys.
What's your favorite part about having me there?
About
me being your race car wife.
I enjoy you strapping me in. Mm-hmm. I obviously wouldn't like a dude strapping me in. It just doesn't really sit well with me. Not my style. Mm-hmm. So I enjoy like you strapping me in and filming, and then I also enjoy like the editing process of after I can hear what you were saying at the line, and when I'm in the car I can hear what you were saying and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I like that part of it too.
Yeah,
that's fun.
I like our little like banter that we have after when you pull up and I'm filming you. It's fun.
They're usually like, "Hey, what'd you do?"
Yeah, I'm like, "Come on, Coop, what happened?"
You had one job, floor it.
And you didn't do that one job.
Damn it.
But I think that's it. I guess if you guys have any questions about. If you want to ask me, I don't know.
Yeah, we'd love to do more topics like this.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any good topics, we will explore them in depth.
Yeah, we're gonna try and think of some topics. Maybe
we got a few others.
Yeah, we got some ideas. But if you guys have any ideas of things we want to just sit down and talk about, Cooper loves talking and I love talking, so we're
this kind of laid back style is easy. Like we don't have a full podcast set up. We're just sitting here. Talking to you guys, having a good time. Maybe we'll do live eventually and kind of get into that part. But
I wonder how long we've been talking for. We wanted to keep it 20 minutes, no cuts.
I think we're about there. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
Keep it saucy.